Hey, brothers and sisters, soldiers and warriors. This is your sister Fire. And I want to welcome all my new subscribers to my channel. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope that my content blesses you. If you ever want to get in contact with me, my email address is always in the description portion of the videos. And if you would like to sow into the ministry, I always put my Cash App in that same description box in the videos. And every act of support that you all give me is greatly appreciated, my brothers and sisters. And I always pray for you all, but I definitely send out a prayer for those who sow into the ministry, that you get, your blessings back, 10, 20, sometimes 100-fold, my brothers and sisters. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the video or the topic of the video. I wanted to speak about, how good our God is and how we know that he is real, my brothers and sisters. Because your enemies, they come up against you, right? But they seem to forget that you shall reap what you sow. And so when they begin to reap all of the evil that they have sown against you, they want to start looking confused, like they don't know, what's going on and why they are getting this backfire. But if they are honest with themselves, deep down inside, if they are honest with themselves, they know that they are reaping what they have sown. And not only that, my brothers and sisters, but a lot of your enemies, cannot take what they have dished out. They have dished out, all this hatred towards you. Okay. But when that hatred comes back to them, and when all of those bad seeds that they have sown come back to them, they can't take it. They cannot take it. And that's why we should treat others how we want to be treated. I know it sounds, cliche or whatnot, but it is the truth, my brothers and sisters. We can't be out here mistreating people and treating people bad and thinking that somehow in return, we're going to get good. It doesn't work like that. You don't sow an apple seed thinking that you're going to get watermelons. You know what I'm saying? You don't sow, you don't sow, I'm trying to think of another, analogy or whatnot, or an example. You don't sow, banana seeds and think that you're going to get pears. It just does not work like that. And so your enemies have sown all of these bad seeds towards you. And then when they get all that bad back in return, they don't know how to take it. They can't take it, a lot of them. And so this is how God, teaches them a lesson, because they get to feel how they once made you feel, or they get to feel how they tried to make you feel. So, everything that they wished on you, everything that they hoped happened to you is now happening to them or has happened to them. And they can only be, well, I want to say they can only be honest with themselves, but a lot of our enemies are delusional. So what I guess the best way I want to say it is, if they are honest with themselves, then they know, what they're getting and why they're getting it. And they have no one to blame but themselves. No one, put a, to their head and made them do anything. They did all of this bad toward you by their own free will. Therefore, everything that they are reaping or everything that they have reaped is all theirs. They don't have anyone to blame, for why they are receiving what they are receiving. However, a lot of them will try to place the blame on someone else. A lot of them will try to say that, someone is doing witchcraft against them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to come up with all types of excuses, except for facing the truth. Facing the fact that they are the ones who brought this on themselves. And so everything that they hoped and wished for you, they are now receiving, my brothers and sisters. And they have no one to blame but themselves. And our God is so good and he is so true, because he says that you shall reap what you sow. And so sometimes we are allowed to see our enemies reap what they have sown towards us. Sometimes we are blessed enough that the Almighty will allow us to see them reap what they have sown. Yes. And although, it's not, we're not supposed to rejoice in anyone's, downfall or anything. It does, give you, or it builds up your trust in the Lord. It builds up your confidence in the Lord, because you are seeing, what he has said come to pass. So throughout all of this, God is showing himself to be true. So, yes, my brothers and sisters, you better believe that your enemies are reaping what they have sown. And if they are not reaping it now, they will at some point reap what they have sown to you. And you may or may not be blessed enough to see it. Sometimes God will allow us to see our enemies reap what they have sown. And sometimes, we are not allowed to see that. But just know that either way it goes, they are going to reap what they have sown. You cannot go around sowing bad seeds and thinking that you are going to get away with it. You cannot go around sowing bad seeds and thinking that you are going to get a good harvest in return. And not only that, my brothers and sisters, as I said before, they can't take what they dished out to you. And if they weren't a believer then, I guarantee that they are a believer now. That your God is real and that your God don't play about you. And that your God loves you. So yes, my brothers and sisters, this is just a reminder that all your enemies are going to reap what they have sown. They are going to reap it. And a lot of them, when they reap it, they won't know how to handle it. The very things that they wished and hoped for you is now happening to them or has happened to them. And they don't know how to take it. But this will be a lesson to them to treat others how you want to be treated, because you shall reap what you sow. And with that being said, my brothers and sisters, I love you all. And until next time.